and welcome to the 80s, the podcast that uses your votes to determine the most totally 80s thing, since Siskel and Ebert gave thumbs up and thumbs down to films back in the 1980s. In Cleveland, Ohio, I'm 80s film aficionado, Keith Marsteller.
And in Seattle, Washington, I'm Joe Walk, a connoisseur of fine 80s cinema.
And this season, we're
at the movies.
Hey, Joe, welcome back
Keith.
for Season 4, Episode 23, if you can believe it.
I can. I can. It's a very believable number.
It
It's not
is,
like
right?
you said, episode 40 billion.
So, I mean, we're getting close. I think it's going to be... I think we had a couple of jerking around episodes to start, and then we got 32 matchups in the first round. So, we're maybe like 9 to 10 more episodes away from getting to the end of the first round, and then we're going to fly from there, buddy.
Oh, yeah, no. Then it stops becoming a jog, and it turns into a sprint.
It turns into a sprint. Hey, Joe, I think that today or this weekend was the final show of your 12th night run. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We finished a regular run last weekend, which I think we talked about last week. And then today we had, yesterday we had a performance at the Seattle Outdoor Theater Festival.
So with all the
Park.
different variables, how did that turn out?
It was great.
Good weather, etc.
Different venue, so it was a little. But we were able to rehearse there a couple times, and we had one of our leads was not able to do this, so we had an understudy who jumped in, and she was fantastic.
Awesome.
We had a nice big crowd, so it was really a good way to end the run.
That is exactly what I was hoping to hear. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
And it's already set that you're doing this again next year.
We are doing a Midsummer Night's Dream next year. I will not be directing for the first time. We have one of my friends who has acted in our show the last 2 years is going to be taking the reins directing next year, and I'm super excited to see what he does with Midsummer.
Nice. Are you going to throw your hat into the acting ring for next season?
I will audition.
Okay.
But there's no guarantee that he will feel like I fit one of the parts, or he might have so many people auditioning who he wants to use that it's like, hey, maybe you don't need to do this show, and I'll say, you're right, I don't. Use these young actors instead.
Fair enough. Oh man. Hey, I texted you yesterday from a concert.
You did,
and
yeah, that was really interesting. I was curious to see how that turned out.
I have a little lake place up at this place called Lakeside here in Ohio, and they have there a concert venue, and they had an orchestra piece last night, a night of total eclipse of the charts, they called it. And it was a night of 80s music played by orchestras, which was hit and miss, to be honest with you, Joe.
Well,
but
what was one of the high points?
Honestly, because there are just some songs that do not transfer well, like a super synth heavy song like "Sweet Dreams" by Eurythmics was just, to me, it took 60 people to make a song terrible that was great when 2 people played it, right?
Oh no. I would hope that maybe like you have a ton of strings that it sounds good.
In the middle,
no?
the strings come in and save it. But the beginning, like that opening riff, the iconic opening riff, they did not find a satisfactory enough way, for me anyway, to open that. But ultra dramatic, semi-orchestral songs to begin with, like Total Eclipse of the Heart, were very, very well replicated. They had Broadway singers there, so it wasn't just instrumental. Otherwise I would have probably gone crazy. And it was hit and miss. I don't regret going, but I was thinking of the show. I even recorded some clips, but then tonight I decided, no, I'm not going to play those clips from it.
All right.
But, anyone out there is listening who gets a chance to go listen to 80s orchestra, I'm going to say maybe just pass. Just go listen to your hits.
All right.
Oh, Take My Breath Away. It transferred well because, it's not a musically complicated song,
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, now I'm curious. Now I want to go see one of those.
Right?
Just to see if I agree.
The fact that this exists, though, was definitely a hallmark of we're fucking old.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That was it.
Definitely. You don't hear a lot of orchestras right now playing Olivia Rodrigo, probably.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, speaking of being old, we got a couple of old films to discuss today. Joe, would you?
Keith, can we just take 1 second to appreciate that segue and just how smooth it was?
So smooth.
It was slicker than snot on a goose.
It was slicker than that piece of rubber tubing that came out of your nose. After how many years did we determine that was in there?
I think it was like 2. No, wait, 1? It was like a year.
365 days inside your sinus cavity. Yeah. It was slicker than that thing.
That was pretty slick, though.
Oh, goddamn right it was. Joe, tell us in the audience.
Yeah.
What movies are we matching up against each other today?
Keith, this week we have our 6 seed going up against our 11 seed, and our 6 seed just happens to be a little Bill Murray vehicle called Stripes. And our 11 seed just happens to be a little Tom Cruise vehicle called All the Right Moves.
There it is. You had me for about 3 seconds where I thought the chat had frozen up.
I just, I really wanted to nail that pause, Keith.
You killed it. All right. All right, let's hit the box office report and get this thing started.
Yeah.
We're not just doing this for money. We're doing it for a shitload of money.
All right. So our 6th seed, Stripes, was released June 26, 1981. It was directed by the legendary Ivan Reitman.
Yes.
It was the 5th highest box office ranking in 1981. It was a enormous return because it was made on a $10 million budget. It made $85.3 million back.
Awesome.
It surprisingly did not win any Academy Awards, no BAFTAs, but also no Razzies.
No Razzies. So it rode that line.
No Razzies.
Yeah, no Razzies. Now, All the Right Moves was released October 21st of 1983, and it was directed by, until that moment, cinematographer Michael Chapman. He had never directed a movie before.
Wow.
And it shows. This box office rank for All the Right Moves was 42 in 1983. Oof. The movie bombed, okay?
Keith, can I just real quickly jump in here?
Please.
Because I watched online a sketch that I'd forgotten about from Saturday Night Live, wherein Michael J. Fox was hosting.
Yeah.
Dana Carvey comes back as Marty to take with Kevin Nealon as Doc to take him back in time, where there's a third Michael J. Fox played by David Spade.
Yeah.
I forgot about that sketch.
And that's the impression I'm doing right now.
I know. and it
the monologue bombs, man. Yeah. It's great. So this movie kind of bombed, but made on about a $5.5 million budget. It still eked out $17 million, so it didn't lose money.
Right.
But this is Tom Cruise's lowest grossing starring film of his career. So,
all right. What, lower than Legend?
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, I know, but
that is crazy.
And sadly, no awards for this film either, although I could see a Razzie in the offing, but it didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Right. So that's what we've got. And for the box office, and now, Joe, It's time for some iconic scenes. Could you set up the iconic scene from Stripes?
You're goddamn right I can. Because if you know Stripes at all, you know this scene. This is after their drill sergeant has been put up in the hospital from a fall from a tower.
Yes.
They have to finish their training themselves, so they stay up all night, and then they come to their graduation and perform this routine.
Here we go.
The 2. A 1, 2. Boom, shakalaka, boom, shakalaka, boom, shakalaka, boom.
Where the hell have you been, soldier?
Training, sir! Training, sir!
What kind of training, son?
Army training, sir! Army training, sir! Just like last night, only better. Head, right shoulder, hold. Order, hold. Side step, right. Who white as a chicken cross the road?
Take it from the left to the right.
Right. Head. Head. He stepped out of ring, got hit by a team.
He ain't no chicken no more.
No. Left leg, left. We there, salute. 3, 5, 7, 4, huh? Razzle dazzle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Sir.
Where's your drill sergeant, men?
Flown up, sir. Flown up, sir.
So am I to understand that you men completed your training on your own?
That's the fact, Jack. That's the fact, Jack.
Captain,
Yes, sir.
these are exactly the kind of go-getters I want working on my EM-50 project in Italy.
Gentlemen, it's party time, Italian style.
All right, there you go.
Hey.
Couple of iconic quotes contained inside what I'm calling the razzle dazzle scene.
Yep.
Including "That's the fact, Jack." So,
So a lot of that scene you saw in the trailer way back in the day.
yeah. And a lot of that scene, relies on you seeing them doing their military rifle
I mean,
stuff.
you can hear it.
But you can hear it,
Yeah.
And a lot of it, possibly much of it, improvised dialogue. Who knows?
Who knows?
They couldn't
I don't-
improvise the rifle stuff, obviously, but
Right.
that wouldn't have worked out well.
Definitely not.
But, all right. In sharp contrast to the comedy of Stripes, we have the drama of all the right moves.
Mm-hmm.
And the setup for this is Tom Cruise's football team, who is named Am Pipe for American Pipe and Tubing, the steel mill in their town.
Yeah, it's a company town, Keith.
It's a company town, and loosely based on the Pittsburgh area.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, that team is putting everything they can into winning football that year, and they're playing the privileged kids from Walnut Heights, I think. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Right.
They put their entire lives into this thing, and they lose the game on the game's last play, even though they had won it. And this drama follows in a you can really feel Tom Cruise taking his acting range out for a walk here. It's spectacular. Here we go.
Oh, come on, Salvucci. Let's hear a good cry, all right? I mean, all I'm hearing is this little whimper. Let's hear a cry. I want to hear a good one, Salvucci. You choked. You cost us a game. You quit. You quit on me and you quit this team.
He didn't quit.
What did you say?
Salvucci, He didn't quit. None of us quit. Oh, no. We beat those guys' asses up and down that field tonight. We got nothing to be ashamed of, right? Isn't that right? You know, maybe the scoreboard doesn't say it, but we won that game. We held them. It was just a fluke. That's all. It's just a fluke.
Fluke? That pass interference penalty, that was no fluke. If you'd just done it the way I taught you instead of your way, they never would have been down there in the first place, and they never would have scored, and we would have won that game. You're just as responsible as he is.
Oh, yeah? Well, if you'd have had Reitman hold on to the ball, then we would have won the game. We didn't quit. You quit!
Get your stuff, and you get the hell out of here right now.
What?
You heard me. You get out of here right now. You're through. You're off the team.
All right. What? If I were not a cinematographer by trade, I might have asked for a second take on that one. Anyway, there you go. That loss and his being kicked off the team drives the rest of the film.
That's right.
And
it's a real Craig T. Nelson v. Tom Cruise type movie.
That's right. All right.
Yeah.
Well, these movies have arrived here in our bracket, and let's find out if we voted for them, how the audience voted for them. Why are they here? Let's find out.
The 1961 Ferrari 250 GT, California. My father spent 3 years restoring this car. It is his love. It is his passion.
It is his fault he didn't lock the garage.
Keith, we had maybe a few weeks ago, we had a show where where my seating was really close to where our movies ended up.
That's right.
So, and I was, you pointed out you gave me like a tip of the hat for that, and I gotta say, I'm tipping my hat right back to you.
Oh,
because this week, Stripes, our number 16 in this region, is our number 22 seed overall. And Keith, you had it ranked number 24.
Oh, that is pretty tight.
You were right there. I had it ranked 52, so I was way off. But you were right there.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. And but you still had Stripes in the tournament at least.
I did. Yeah.
Whereas All the Right Moves is our 43rd overall seed, and as you pointed out, I ranked it 44th. So I was finger on the pulse of the audience on this one.
That's right. And I had my finger up my own ass.
You had your finger thinking, I'm going to guess, you can tell me in the next segment, probably maybe you hadn't even seen it.
That's right.
You had it really far down at 102. And that reminds me to answer listener Denny, who asked, what movies did I have ranked beneath Arthur? Because I don't know if you remember this, but I had Arthur ranked at like 113th or something like that.
Yeah.
And the question that he put out there is, what did you have that was actually lower than Arthur? Well, the answer is American Gigolo. And that's it. That's the only one I had lower. So for the, I had to go dig into the archives.
Against Richard Gere, man?
I only really know clips of American Gigolo, and it just looks like a 70s flick to me. But
I see.
That's why that one ended up down. I felt the same way about Arthur, but I'm glad I got to watch it and see what you see in it a little bit.
I gotta say, maybe you didn't mainline Blondie's "Call Me" in the same way that that I did, and since that was from this movie,
oh, that's true. I do love that song though.
Yeah, I did not see American Gigolo, but I felt like I knew it
because of that
song and how much I listened to that song.
So you, anyway, voted all the right moves to not be in the tournament, but here it is. And you voted Stripes to barely make the tournament, and here it is.
Yeah.
And, well, there it is. The audience has spoken, and they're both here. And let's find out if we like these films and how Siskel and Ebert feel about them.
The first time I didn't feel it, but this time I feel it. And I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me.
I want to point something out here real quickly, is that most of the movies that we're doing here are these early 80s movies, and at the time that these movies were released, Siskel and Ebert were not yet doing thumbs up. You mostly heard a yes or a no from them.
Oh, right. That was when they got more syndicated and more together, and the thing kind of evolved into that, right?
Right, until then, because the thumbs up and thumbs down were what they were known for then. But at this time, it was still yes, no. And I think I've probably been saying thumbs up and thumbs down. So I want to apologize to our Siskel and Ebert purists out there.
If there are any, then, apologies. Yeah.
All
right. So talk to me about Stripes. Yeah.
Gene Siskel was a yes on Stripes. He said, I enjoyed it very much. And what I think I enjoyed is, in addition to the obvious gags, finding a comic attitude in Bill Murray, which I think is sort of interesting. He called it a very good, enjoyable comedy for the summer. And Roger Ebert agreed. He called it a breakthrough for Bill Murray, who had a hit with Meatballs a couple years ago that didn't really do justice to his talent, but this one does. He said there are a lot of big laughs in Stripes. So 2 yeses from these guys, and this is available on video if you want to hear what they say yourself.
You can go check it out.
There you go.
This is him carrying a film. We talked about Caddyshack a few weeks ago, and the reality is they brought him in and he laced together a few scenes to help save that film, which was apparently an editing nightmare.
Yeah.
But he barely worked with the rest of the cast, right? So
right. He was a highlight, but he was not an integral part of the movie.
Right. And so it feels it's similar to our discussion about Eddie Murphy bringing an SNL guy out of SNL and trying to make him a movie star. And it took, it's like the old rocking a Coke machine back and forth to finally knock it over. It takes a couple of films to get you there.
Yeah.
And, Meatballs, Caddyshack, and then this one feels like the one that
really
kind of finally knocked it over. But
yeah.
All right, Joe, did you see Stripes back in the 80s?
Keith, I saw this movie at a drive-in in Alliance.
Oh, shit, yes. That's so 80s.
Yeah. With my sister and I went with our friends, the Boardmans. Their mom took us all over there. And we saw it on a double feature with the movie Hollywood Nights.
Oh, wow. Shit.
Which I want to say was a Tony Danza movie, but I could be misremembering. I also want to say that maybe, what's his name? Arliss. TV's Arliss.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it was also in Batman and Bull Durham. Fuck.
Yeah, anyway, that guy. Hang on, his name's coming to me. Oh, wait, let's just wait a few more hours. Robert Wall?
Is it Robert Wall?
Something Wall.
I think so, yeah.
Maybe Richard. But anyway, that guy.
Yeah,
what about him?
I want to say it was him and Tony Danza and some other folks, but I could be completely confabulating that. Anyway, saw it at a drive-in. Wow. How about you?
I saw this one on, guess what? VHS.
Nice.
Like everything else, seemingly almost everything else in the 80s here. Only going to be a few exceptions to this rule, but when we get to them, I'll let you know. But this was a VHS one for me. And, so you said you saw it.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it?
I loved this movie. This is one that my sister and I quoted a lot. I still quote this movie to this day.
Awesome. I loved it back then, too. I haven't seen this one a lot, though. Like Caddyshack, I've seen a bunch.
Yeah.
This one I've probably only seen a couple of times since I saw it in since I saw it on VHS in the 80s.
It had been a while since I saw this, but I have I want to say I had it on VHS when I was in my 20s. I don't think it made the jump to DVD with me, but I had it on VHS, and I watched it a fair number of times through the years.
And so now for various other films, you've said, like, this film was my entire identity in that year. I think that was that Arthur?
Arthur, yeah. I also said it, I think, with Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills Cop, yeah. Was this film anywhere near being your entire identity, or just one you liked?
Not quite, just liked it a lot.
Okay. And this one for me, again, was just a fun Bill Murray comedy, not overarching importance or anything like that. I did find its rewatchability to be pretty good. Yeah. I still enjoyed it.
Yeah. There are,
couple of problem moments.
In the 20s, I was like, okay, well, that's not great. But, there are parts.
Yeah. Which we'll talk about.
We'll talk about when we discuss it, yeah.
All right. Now, meanwhile, all the right moves. What do we have with Siskel and Ebert on this cinematic classic?
So, Gene Siskel was a meh. He called it a routine melodrama. He said, although Tom Cruise is a good young actor and the film does have a good sense of the working class life. Roger Ebert was a little higher up on it. He said, it is so wonderful to see a movie again that remembers that most teenagers are vulnerable, unsure, sincere, and fundamentally decent.
Okay.
And, I think, like, he was probably comparing it in his head to the teenage sex comedies that he was so down on in the early 80s, which we've heard him time and time again decry.
Very much against those, yeah.
Yeah. And this was not that.
And I don't think he I don't necessarily consider all the John Hughes films to be sex comedies, but was he kind of down on those also?
I'm trying to, we've only talked about 16
We've only talked about 16
so far,
Candles
right?
so far, right? Yeah.
I don't remember what he said about that one.
Yeah.
I would have to.
Anyway,
it was way back, Keith. That was our first episode.
That's going pretty far back. Yeah. What about you? Had you seen All the Right Moves back in the 1980s?
This was my very first time watching it. I had not seen it. I was like, oh, is that guy from Risky Business? I'm good.
So, thoughts? Did you like it, or how would you rate this film?
Yeah, it was fine. I didn't hate it. I thought it was fine. It was, I kind of agree with Siskel. It was kind of a routine melodrama. I like Craig T. Nelson.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I thought he was really good in it. And it was okay. Had you seen this back in the day?
I had seen it, but Joe, I don't know if we've talked about this yet, because I don't know if it's come up, but I have a basic rule when it comes to films. I'll watch any film that contains football, and I will watch any film that contains time travel. And so I've tried to watch all of the films, and then, of course, there's some that contain both, But anyway.
Wait, sorry. Can you name me a time travel football movie?
I guess it's not really time travel. The Best of Times is kind of about recapturing glory of football, but there's
come on, there's emotional time travel. Maybe
you're right. I can't think of a football time travel movie right now,
but great example of a football movie. That's one of my absolute favorite football movies.
Isn't that that's a great one?
Fucking awesome.
Anyway, this one I did see back in the day, and due to I've had a long abiding love of American football, which, kind of losing the shine on that romance with American football in the past several years. But
it's kind of tough being a Browns fan and maintaining that.
Yeah. Regardless, though, the football in this movie sucks. It's poorly shot. They don't use the drama of the game very well. They do one thing, and then the coach makes an idiotic call to lose the game, and anyway, so you already lost me with the bad football, and Tom Cruise is underdone as an actor here. I liked, like you said, I like Craig Nelson. I like Leah Thompson plays a really sweet teenage girl who's a band kid, and I liked her performance pretty much. And there's some really weird other players in here, like Chris Penn, and we'll talk about those guys a little bit.
We will.
Anyway, I thought it was watching it as a 56-year-old man instead of like a 15-year-old when I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have anything for me. I was kind of bored by it, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
I guess I was wishing it was something else that was more entertaining. I don't know. If I wanted to see a kid from a failing steel town suck at football and be shitty to his girlfriend, I would just call my buddy Dan.
Oh, ouch. Dan doesn't listen to this, does he?
I hope so. I hope he does. I don't want to do that behind his back.
Dan, we love you.
I do love Dan. Anyway. All right. With that, I guess we will begin our formal discussion of these two films and find out who comes out on top.
Yep. I've thought about this quite a bit, sir. I don't want to sell anything, buy anything, or process anything as a career. I don't want to sell anything bought or processed, or buy anything sold or processed, or process anything sold, bought.
Yes.
All right. So Stripes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Stripes. Let's talk about how it's one thing, and then the third act is just some completely other thing that
it has like almost like a false ending to it, right?
Yeah.
But the general gist of the film, for those who haven't seen it, Joe.
Sorry. Yes, let's let me read that. I'm on the wrong page. I'm going to go ahead and get to the right page.
You could just say what it's about.
John Winger, played by Bill Murray, a directionless slacker, impulsively enlists in the army and drags his best friend Russell along. They stumble through basic training under the long-suffering Sergeant Halka, accidentally go rogue in Czechoslovakia, and somehow save the day. A celebration of doing everything wrong and getting away with it.
Yeah, that pretty much. Because, I'll talk about all the right moves first, but essentially they do completely fuck everything and then get credit for fixing it.
That's right.
Instead of punished for doing it in the first place. But
yeah.
All the right moves is this kid with a very Eastern European name, Steph Georgievic. And he's allegedly a talented high school football player, although in the Tom Cruise sequences, I don't see it. And he's in a dying Pennsylvania steel town, which just across the border, we grew up next to a dying Ohio steel town. So,
Youngstown.
Yeah. So Steph is desperate for a scholarship that will get him the fuck out of that town. And his coach, as we mentioned, Craig T. Nelson, also looking for a coaching job. He wants to escape the town also.
Yeah.
After losing a game, they blame each other and hijinks ensue. So,
I mean, hijinks is maybe a misleading
too
term.
Strong. No hijinks and melodrama ensues.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, so let's talk about what you had started to mention, how Stripes starts off. They paint the picture of the two characters, right?
Yeah.
One is English as a second language instructor.
Yep.
Bill Murray,
a cab driver.
Murray's a cab driver.
Neither one of them especially happy.
And so basically, his girlfriend, Murray's girlfriend, breaks up with him to start the film, and basically nothing better to do. They decide to join the army.
Right. Now, I'm going to throw a toy out here.
Oh, shit. All right, hang on. Let me get you. I want to get your back. Hit me.
So this was originally imagined as a vehicle for Cheech and Chong.
What the fuck?
Cheech and Chong passed, and then they reworked it a bit for Bill Murray, who said he would do it only if they brought in Harold Ramis as his co-star.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine it, but so be it.
Yeah.
I mean,
or Soviet.
Who's got which
War.
one of those two has the charisma to be the Bill Murray out of those two?
I imagine it would
Cheech?
have been like a very, very, very different type of movie.
I suppose so, yeah.
I mean,
where they're just getting high instead of doing their calisthenics.
Yeah. When I say reworked, I mean they probably took a wrecking ball to this.
To the whole thing.
Yeah, and rebuilt it from the studs up.
So yeah.
So I mean the whole movie as a whole kind of rests on Bill Murray's shoulders, and it's they bring in a lot of like Second City folks to be kind of nutty supporting people,
right?
But really, it's just about Bill. I mean, the movie is about Bill Murray's attitude.
That is an accurate portrayal. I have this written down later on when we talk about what if they tried to remake it.
Yeah.
The Booth Rule.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if you can remake it without Bill Murray.
I mean, it would be a very, very, very different movie.
Right. So, and we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
In a bit. So, yeah, and then the film itself follows them through basic training.
Yeah.
And then the iconic scene that we played already.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel like that's the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's the ending.
Right. Because that's kind of what it's all been building up to.
I mean,
they were like, hey, we need a third act.
Like, we're fuck ups. And yeah, they're fuck ups. And Hulka gets in their face. And he's doing push ups, and right. all that stuff. There's training montages. And it doesn't look like they're going to make it in this man's army. And then they pull it off. They pull it off at the fucking graduation. They show up late. They oversleep. And then they do that routine, Yeah,
and everyone is impressed.
And I think, as, teenage me, roll credits.
Right.
And then there's another half hour to the movie?
There's another half hour at least, because then they decide they're going to send them to Europe. They go to Italy to guard this urban assault vehicle, which is looks like an RV.
It is,
basically. Yeah, built into an RV. And then this is the part that doesn't really make any sense, because one night Murray and Ramis are guarding it, and they decide they're just going to take it.
They're just going to borrow it and go find these sexy MPs that they know from Basic, who happen to be in Germany?
Germany, yeah. Yeah. Which is, anyway, it makes no sense. And then their whole company comes after them because John Larroquette doesn't want anyone to know that his men fucked up. John Larroquette plays the captain of the outfit,
right?
So they come after him, and then it's them in Czechoslovakia rescuing their friends who are there because they stole the RV.
Yeah, they steal the RV. The friends go to get them. The friends are captured,
right?
While Murray and Ramis are lounging and having fun with the female MPs.
Yeah,
and then it becomes a rescue mission.
Yeah,
which
all
of course
it morphs into a comedy action movie, which
it
wasn't.
It's weird. It's a weird and awkward kind of change in the film, but it didn't stop me from liking the film. But I've always thought this part of the movie is weird.
I think as a 10-year-old, I was 10. I mean, when I was a 10-year-old. I was like, oh, no, yeah, this is awesome. And then when I saw it in my 20s, I was like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. But
once you've been a writer of something, then you can kind of see the cracks in it. You're like, oh, man, they were really trying to fix this problem. They didn't need to. They already had the movie done.
Yeah, maybe just do a little bit more in basic training.
That's it, yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, so that's the general idea of that film. And then...
Yeah, I will say, this is very firmly, something very 80s about this is that it also does have unnecessary nudity.
Yeah, dude. It's got not only unnecessary nudity, but the exact trope of the voyeur.
Yeah.
John Larroquette's character is using binoculars to look across the campus into the women's locker room / shower.
Which is inexplicably has unguarded windows. And
just wide open windows. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because that makes sense.
And that is a super 80s trope that we've talked about endlessly because I keep getting surprised by it being in. I would not categorize this film as a sex comedy.
No.
And yet the sex comedy trope
it's right there, yeah.
It's right here. And I was blown away by that being in there. Just like, what are you doing in there?
There is also a mud wrestling scene at a topless bar.
Yes. Let's not forget the topless bar and the mud wrestling because that also kind of snuck out of nowhere on me. Yeah.
I mean, like, mud wrestling. Okay, all right, I can kind of see this. This is a John Candy, comedy set piece where he's mud wrestling these three busty women in the mud. But okay, but then it's also the bar is topless.
Yeah.
It didn't need to be.
And then as the wrestling goes on, becomes nude wrestling essentially.
Right. Yeah.
And it kind of unnecessary, but that's what makes
very
it
unnecessary.
Pretty 80s, I guess.
I guess it does. Hey,
just
you know what movie doesn't
up.
have a topless bar scene?
What?
All the Right Moves.
It does not. It has bar scenes. They're all depressing as fuck.
And it does have some toplessness.
There is some toplessness. They kind of followed the template of coming of age teen drama with tasteful nudity.
Yeah, I mean, not strictly speaking absolutely necessary. They could have done without it.
They could have easily just gotten under the covers and, Yeah. Some weird shit going on in All the Right Moves, though, that made me think, like, what weird fucking guy wrote this?
Okay.
All right, there's the boner scene, the boner in the desk thing.
Yeah.
Somehow it doesn't make any sense in the terms of physics. It's a metal desk,
so in terms
right?
of physics, the kids there's one desk in the class that's not a regular desk that has the desktop that lifts up, right? There's one in the class that doesn't have a typewriter on it.
Okay, right.
And so Vucci, Tom Cruise's friend Vucci, is encouraged to go back behind the desk and fantasize until he gets an erection?
Yeah, but why? Yeah, that made no sense to me. Like, why is he doing it? And he's got jeans on, so that's a naturally restrictive material, Joe.
I'm guessing
it's not a sweatpants boner.
We don't see him unzipping his fly, but maybe he did.
Oh, maybe he did. Maybe it's implied, and I missed the implication of it.
I didn't catch it. It's kind of fuzzy, but
it's fuzzy. But essentially, if you describe it, he goes behind Cruz in a typing class.
Yeah, and so there's a girl that they've been kind of, the two of them have been like throwing things at and kind of
trying to get her attention.
Teasing. Yeah,
teasing her.
So then Vucci, the Vooch, goes back there and gets an erection, and it lifts the top of the desk up. And I don't know, is she meant to see the top of the... Is that the deal? Is that she sees the desk up, or does she not catch it?
I think she's supposed to see it. She doesn't catch it. And the coach comes over and slams his fist down on the desk.
Well, wait. No, but does he do that, or does Tom Cruise? I think Tom Cruise does that.
Oh, shit. I thought it was the teacher. Anyway, the desk gets slammed down.
Right. And it's painful for the Vooch.
Yeah. Anyway, that's, if you thought that was weird, and then almost immediately after, there's this weird locker room scene where they're all dancing sensually.
Yeah.
And the guy comes out in a jock strap and starts also doing this sensual, weird as fuck dance. What world do these filmmakers live in? If you remember the Last American Version where they actually had a boner measuring contest.
This was not that.
This wasn't quite that. But this was a prelude to something. It was weird shit.
Yeah.
That never happened in a real locker room.
It's an integrated team, and it felt like it was kind of the African American folks showing the white guys how to dance. Is that
kind of? And interestingly, whenever someone's being taught how to dance, Chris Penn shows up, right?
That's right. Chris Penn, who this was a couple years before Footloose,
a couple years or a year before Footloose, yeah.
Yeah, so he looks a little a little less Chris Penn-like.
Right.
To me. He's a little thinner. His hair is a little bit bigger.
He's a year to 2 years younger than when he did Footloose. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're trying to sell him as a linebacker that's going to play for University of Southern California, the USC Trojans. He's got a full ride there, allegedly. And allegedly, Tom Cruise, who's 5'0" 100 is a candidate for a full ride college scholarship as a football.
But I will point out, he says, he's talking to the scene where he's talking to a recruiter from a school he doesn't want to go to.
Right.
He says the recruiter's like, "Hey, do you see yourself in the NFL?" He's like, "Hell no, I'm."
He does.
Tiny.
They had to lampshade his size, right? They had to talk about it.
Yeah, and he's like, and he's like, I can't. I'm not. I just want to get an engineering.
Get into engineering, right?
And the guy says, well, you may say that, but you hit like a. He said you hit like a truck or you hit like a train or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Which, come on.
Okay.
Tom Cruise Tom Cruise had probably never touched a football before in his life.
No. What would an actual appropriate position would be like maybe a kicker, right?
Yes. Put him in as a punter, and now you got me on board.
Right.
Maybe even a place kicker. I think punters need to be taller to see. Anyway. So.
But maybe he's got like some soccer style skills that translate into place kicking.
Maybe.
Right. But he's definitely special teams.
So, I feel like this all the right moves formula has played out over several films in the decade.
Yeah.
They come of age, some big obstacle gets in their way.
Right.
They overcome it, and then along the way there's some nudity and some problems with authority, and then you have your resolution. And I don't know, man.
So here's a couple things that I liked about this movie.
Go ahead.
Like you mentioned before, I liked Leah Thompson in this, and I like the fact that her character, she stands up for herself.
Yeah.
When Tom after the big game, Tom Cruise yells like that won't be comforted by her and yells at her to let's leave him alone, and she very much calls him out on it.
She's like, dude,
so that was a pretty
you.
good scene.
Yeah.
And then talks about how unfair it is that jocks can get full rides where she as a band
she wants
kid,
to be a musician.
Can't. I
Probably
like that.
Not
I also
happen.
like the fact that I don't think that there's an actual bad guy in the movie. I mean, it's Tom Cruise versus Craig T. Nelson, but we see Craig Nelson's side of it. We see how desperate he is to get out of town.
If there's a bad guy in the film, it is weirdly the principal of the school, who is kind of an alcoholic.
Oh yeah,
he's also a vandal.
Yeah, is that? I know he worked in the school. That's the principal?
Yeah, that big giant dude.
Bobo? No.
Whatever his name was, he's that big dude.
Yeah.
And after the big loss where Cruise gets kicked off, the team, he leads a group of ruffians to go vandalize the living fuck out of the coach's house.
Yeah, and Cruise is drunk and hitchhiking because he wasn't able to ride the team bus back.
Right,
and
he got kicked off the team.
The principal, I guess, picks him up, and so Cruise is along with them when they vandalize the place. Although he empties a garbage can, then tries to stop them from doing the more egregious vandalism.
Right. Which they mark up the guy's cars and his house permanently.
Yeah. And they spray paint some nasty shit on there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Tom Cruise is seen by the coach.
He's the one that gets caught, essentially.
Right, yeah. which makes it, that much worse.
So, that guy, and then refuses to admit his involvement in it, hanging Cruise out to dry, right?
Yeah, and then mocks Cruise and his relationship with Leah Thompson by saying, "Are you tired of Pollock pussy?"
Yes,
which, ew.
Yeah.
I feel like a principal might lose their job behind that.
If you weren't in a dying steel town, you probably would lose your job. Yeah.
Yeah. Now let's real quick talk about the fact that there is a point in the movie when Craig T. Nelson's talking to his wife, and he admits that he's the one that fucked up.
Yeah.
He admits that he should have just had the quarterback, take a knee or whatever.
Take a sneak forward and just get off the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Because you're in a 1 yard line situation. They stopped him on 4th and goal. They basically win the game, but there's one play left. And in that play, he hands off to a kid, the boner kid, in the end zone. And the boner kid essentially fumbles it because it's so muddy and wet and all that.
And Walnut Heights recovers for the safety.
I guess it doesn't matter.
It's a touchdown.
It's a touchdown because he fumbled it. But either way, they lose.
Yeah.
And all he had to do was snap the ball out of the end zone for a safety and then take a free kick or try to run a QB sneak. The handing off in the rain, bad idea. Anyway,
I'm sorry. Could he not have just taken a knee?
He was too close to the end zone.
Okay.
Well, then I guess it would have been a safety, which would have also been 2 points. And they were winning by 6 points. So it would have been fine. Anyway, it was an obvious football blunder to even the most casual of football fan,
Right.
And, you kind of lose credibility with me when you can't get the football right. Like, it's a football movie, allegedly, and you...
Do you feel like The Best of Times got the football right?
I wasn't analyzing the football on that because it's so ridiculous what they're doing, like having but I feel like they, other than that final juggling catch, I feel like they did okay with it. Yeah. All right. What else? You got any other general stuff before we start hitting pillar? Oh, I have one thing.
What's that?
Let's file this under Toyd. So in Stripes, Bill Murray's character is named John Winger, as we mentioned a little earlier. My favorite television show of all time is Community, written by Dan Harmon, the main character of which, or at least one of the main ensemble, is Jeff Winger.
Yeah.
And, Jeff Winger, what he does at the end of every episode is like save the group with a stirring Winger speech,
Right.
And apparently all that comes from Dan Harmon's love of Stripes. And he actually named Jeff Winger after the John Winger character.
Okay.
And was planning on having Bill Murray play Jeff Winger's dad.
Nice.
But he got shit canned from the show, and in season 4 they put in Brolin, James Brolin as his dad instead.
Oh, wow.
Which
that
really
sucks.
pisses him off to this day. But I brought to you a Winger speech, not from Community, but from Stripes. It's a little too long for a quote, but fuck it.
Oh, I know the speech.
We're all very different people. We're not Watusi. We're not Spartans. We're Americans with a capital A, huh? You know what that means? Do you? That means that our forefathers were kicked out of every decent country in the world. We are the wretched refuse. We're the underdog. We're mutts. We're all very, very different, but there is one thing that we all have in common. We were all stupid enough to enlist in the Army. We're mutants. There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us. Something seriously wrong with us. We're soldiers. But we're American soldiers. We've been kicking ass for 200 years. We're 10 and 1. All we have to do is to be the great American fighting soldier that is inside each one of us.
And the tone, and the esprit de corps, that kind of the thing he's doing to rally the group is what Jeff Winger does in essentially every episode of Community. And so, like, you can almost see the blueprint laid out for it. And so I just wanted to mention it. So,
all right.
All right. Are you ready to hit some pillars?
I'm all set, man.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, brother. Cast, Stripes, go.
Okay. So we got Bill Murray.
Yeah.
We've got Harold Ramis. We've got the great Warren Oates as Sergeant Hulka.
Fuck yeah.
We've got John Candy as Dewey Oxbury. We've got Judge Reinhold playing a stoner. We've got John Larroquette of TV's Night Court playing the captain of the facility. We've got PJ Souls of Rock and Roll High School and Carrie as one of the sexy MPs. We've got Sean Young of Infamy as the other MP. John Deal, the great character actor John Deal, plays kind of a dim-witted soldier who John Candy tricks a lot. Then we've got Joe Flaherty and Dave Thomas from SCTV in small parts. Joe Flaherty plays a Czechoslovakian border guard, and Dave Thomas plays the MC at the aforementioned mud wrestling contest.
Oh, shit, that's right, yeah.
And then my favorite, Conrad Dunn as Psycho.
Oh, yes, Psycho.
We'll talk about that
on
when we
him
get to
momentarily.
Quotes.
Yes.
Yes, we'll be right with you, Conrad Dunn.
All right. You've got, Murray and Ramis. You got, come on, Ghostbusters, etc. Right? This movie, Meatballs, Caddyshack for Murray.
John Candy.
John fucking Candy. Uncle Buck.
Home Alone.
You've got, like you mentioned, Larroquette from TV's Night Court. Sean Young from Blade Runner.
Right. Judge Reinhold from Fast Times.
From fucking Fast Times and Beverly Hills Cop.
That's right.
All of those Beverly Hills Cops. So, Joe, where do you stick this cast? Because you got a lot of moving pieces here that are pretty goddamn 80s.
Listing all these credits, I had this rated a little bit lower. I'm going to give this a 6.
All right, Joe, I was listing credits and hearing who was in there, and I had it as a 7, but I just bumped it up to an 8.
Damn!
For those credits, I decided to put it in the danger zone.
All right.
Even though it lacks a Brat Packer. It's got some really fucking solid... this isn't Last American Virgin where we don't know any of the fucking players.
That's right.
A lot of these folks went on to do and had already done some incredible 80s work. So, and then we know Murray and Ramis would reunite for Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly after this. So, okay. Now we've got all the right moves cast, Joe. And I'll throw a few out, and you probably have more extensive notes. But I have Tom Cruise, who we know from Risky Business and The Outsiders and, 6 or 7 other 80s movies.
There you go.
Days of Thunder, is that in the 80s? Rain Man, is that 89?
Rain Man is 89.
Anyway, he's obviously one of the most famous actors of the 80s. Craig T. Nelson, who we've seen in Poltergeist. This film,
Coach, which was late 80s.
Yeah. He was a well-known actor. I feel like there's another movie we've watched that he was in also, but it escapes me at the moment. Leah Thompson. Jesus Christ. She was in Red Dawn that year. She is obviously in the Back to the Future films.
Yeah.
Super obviously. She's in fucking Howard the Duck. She's in Some Kind of Wonderful. Powerhouse of an 80s actor, Leah Thompson. I like her more than Tom Cruise for the 80s, personally, but
I can't argue that.
You got Chris Penn, who we just talked about being in Footloose.
Right.
You got whoever played the Italian guy with the boner.
The Vooch.
Who else do you have? Do you have anyone else listed on your cast
I do.
list?
I've got Charles Ciaffi, who played Tom Cruise's dad. He's a character actor you'd recognize from various things. Gary Graham, also a character actor you'd recognize, played Tom Cruise's brother. Leon played one of the football players. Leon, who I want to say I know him from Cliffhanger.
Oh shit!
But that was 90s.
That's awesome.
And then my favorite is Darren W. Conrad as Alexander, number 41. The football player who they mentioned by name and number.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Now you got a couple of big actors who are, near our age in this group.
Mm-hmm.
They're not necessarily. I mean, Leah Thompson is definitely Brat Pack adjacent.
Definitely,
if not in. What do you give this crew, considering the Footloose, the Back to the Future, the Risky Business?
The Top Gun of it all.
The top fucking gun, for Christ's sake. Yeah. I almost didn't say Top Gun.
Yeah. Because
it's so obvious, I didn't even say it. But it's there.
You didn't have to. It was there. We all got it. For the big four, for Cruise, Nelson, Thompson, and Penn, I gave this a 7.
I have also given this a 7. It's a pretty fucking high cast. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Fucking soundtrack is going to be a mess, dude.
Well, here's the deal, is Stripes features like one pop song, but it ain't an 80s pop song. It's Rubber Band Man by the Spinners, which is playing before the mud wrestling scene.
Yeah, I mean,
they're in the bar.
Here we go.
Which is a great song, not 80s in the slightest.
Not even slightly 80s. No. Also referenced in the film is this song.
There she was, just walking down the street singing.
But this is a fucking 1960s song.
Right. And similarly, the Do Run Run is referenced.
Right.
In the English class. But mostly what we've got here, more than anything else, is a score by our old friend Elmer Bernstein.
A lot of this, which I had to double check and see if this was just copied and pasted from Police Academy, but no, this was first. I forgot.
Yeah, no, this is Elmer. This was used. This has been used by other Army movies, but this was an Elmer Bernstein original. And
yeah,
and man, the Stripes' main theme is in my head. It's so fit. It's like a warm fuzzy blanket.
So, given the military music, the doo-wah-diddy, the do run run, the Rubber Band Man, I was left with no choice but to
0.0.
I could have given it a 0.5 for another appearance of Elmer Bernstein, but I decided this was a 0 for me. Where did you end up?
Keith, I respect Mr. Bernstein so much, I gave it a 2 just for him.
Oh, shit!
Just for our man Elmer Bernstein, because fuck yeah.
Okay. Well, we move on. To All the Right Moves, which...
All the Right Moves, to me, has a lot in common with Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
In that it is chock full of super 80s sounding songs, but fucking not one of them.
Not a single
is one that you know.
Is one that you have ever heard of. The closest they've got, Joe, is the title song.
Right.
It made number 85 on the Hot 100.
Uh-huh.
These songs are so not popular, Joe, that they're unavailable on Spotify or Apple Music or Prime Music. I had to pull them off an obscure YouTube channel.
Oh, wow.
To get a few of these to give you a soundscape. This is the song, All the Right Moves. The only artist you will have ever heard of here is...
Jennifer Warren.
Jennifer Warren, right? Of Dirty
Queen of the 80s
fame,
movies ballads.
But you can hear a little bit of a synthy. I'm going to jump ahead and try to find the really awkward thing about them talking about the right moves. It just... The movie opens with this song, and it's like super depressing. It's not uplifting at all.
No.
Most of the movie is.
And also, they're not pairing Jennifer Warren with a brand name here. They're pairing her with Chris Thompson, who I don't know.
Very generic Chris Thompson.
Yeah.
There's a guy named Danny Spanos who has This Could Be Our Last Chance. Which again sounds pretty 80s coming out of the box. Like, what the fuck is this? And it's like very overwrought, like, oh, this could be it for us. You know,
it's a Bob Seger-esque.
Yeah. Everyone here sounds like someone else.
Imagine no passion, no pain, no amber.
Oh my God. Anyway.
All of this music is like by the non-union equivalent of 80s pop.
This could be the last chance. Anyway,
I think
there you
really
go.
just they could not afford Springsteen.
There is a right, and there's a thing called Love Theme from All the Right Moves. It's by David Campbell, who did the score. This is an example of the synthy score.
Okay.
And they're, you know, instrumental. I'll jump ahead. This doesn't feel like love to me. But anyway, that's what the Love Theme sounds
Feels
like.
more like a group of teens are about to explore a spooky cave.
And then finally, of the many, they had an entire soundtrack album of, I think, 10 original songs, all written for the film.
Yeah.
None of which were hits. This one, called Mr. Popularity, I believe, is in the party scene.
Okay.
But let me start this and think of Little Red Corvette for a moment.
Yes.
Okay? Or no, 1999. Sorry. I mean, that's 1999. I was dreaming when I wrote this. Forgive me if it goes this. And then you've got this guy, Winston Ford, claiming to write this song.
It's all very derivative of actual 80s pop songs.
So I struggled with this, Joe, because this sounds 80s. Anyway. There you go. There it is. Anyway. I want to give it some points because it's 80s sounding, but also it's not iconic.
No.
So I realized what I had to do. I couldn't say it was an average 80s soundtrack because you've never heard of a single fucking track.
Right.
So I had to say it was below average.
Yeah.
So I gave it the highest below average I could, which was a 4.
Okay.
So that's where I ended up. What did you do with this?
I gave this a 2 because, again, it sounds 80s, but there's nothing on here.
There's nothing good. No, nothing known at all.
No.
And again, Warren's is the only name talent that we have here, and then everything else is a ripoff.
And I don't think any one of our friends were like huge Jennifer Warnes.
I don't think so.
Fans.
All right, hit me with the art design. For me on Stripes, I mean, it's a fucking military base.
Right.
And then
now,
Europe.
I gotta say that like the costumes and such before they joined the army, you know, it's early 80s, I can see that. But the RV, the battle RV to me, looks very 80s.
A little bit, yeah, for me. Yeah.
That's like the one thing on there that I'm like, oh, yeah, no, that's definitely early 80s. That looks like it fits right in there. But that's about it.
Yeah, what'd you end up with for this one?
I gave it a 3. What'd you think?
I have it down for a 2.
Okay.
And so we're right in the same neighborhood there.
Yeah.
It's got more of a timeless military vibe. It's similar to made me think of the 80s-ness of Police Academy.
Yes.
Except in Police Academy, they had a couple of scenes like in very 80s nightclubs. And even that mud wrestling place, to me, didn't really reek of the 80s, you know?
No, this was definitely a 70s hangover feel to most of the costumes in that place.
So then we move our focus to Ampipe, Pennsylvania.
Right.
The entire idea of a Rust Belt town, the entire idea of calling it the Rust Belt was because steel was dying, right?
Yeah.
It was probably called the Steel Belt or something like that before it failed.
Right.
And so that happened in the late 70s and early to mid 80s as all of the mills shut down, right?
Right.
So that is a very 80s backdrop, although it doesn't look like it's an 80s theme, I guess. It doesn't look like it, though. I don't know if I'm not counting it in the art design. I guess I should count it elsewhere.
To me, right? Because this is Western Pennsylvania, which looks, it's literally across the border from where we grew up.
Yes.
And so for me, all the cars, the clothes, the buildings,
the Letterman jackets, the cheerleader uniforms.
100%. This looked like where we grew up.
Yeah, this is early 80s, but they've got the feathered hair, the parted down the middle shit, especially Boner Guy.
Right. And yeah, this is not egregiously 80s. This is not neon. This is not,
no, it's
tons
not
of
even
leg warmers and
it's not even risky business, because
right.
So it's way more 80s than Stripes.
I agree.
All right. So where did that put you on the continuum for this one?
I gave this a 6.
Oh, wow. That is exactly what I gave it, too.
There you
6.
go.
It's just slightly above average 80s cred there.
Yeah, and I think if you're not from our region, you might not.
You might not rate it as high. Yeah. But this was a very familiar vibe.
Yeah. This could have been shot in Berlin Center or Ellsworth.
Totally. Okay. So now, Joe, we come to quotability.
All right.
And let's start with Stripes. And I think you can set up most of these.
All right. So the first one we got here, we have this is Harold Ramis is teaching an English as a second language class, and he asks if anyone speaks a little bit of English. That's where we pick up.
Yes, you speak some English. Son of bitch, shit. Son of bitch, shit.
And the class repeats it. Yes.
I use that one still. I do.
Son of bitch, shit. My brother-in-law has used that for decades, and I tip the cap for his use of Stripes there.
Next is early in basic training, they are learning how to march. And this is where that doo-wah ditty comes in, because as they march, they sing.
Left, right, left. Left.
They got to be irreverent. Murray's got to switch it up.
Just walking down the street singing do-a-dee-dee-dee-dum, popping her fingers and shuffling her feet singing do-a-dee-dee-dum, dee-dee-dum. She looked good, she looked good, she looked fine, looked fine, looked good, she looked fine, and I nearly lost my mind. Before I knew it, she was walking next to me singing do-a-dee-dee-dee-dum, dee-dee-doo. Holding my hand, just let her listen to me singing do-a-dee-dee-dee-dum, dee-dee-doo.
All right, there you go.
I got to tell you, Keith, I have been walking my class in from the playground, and I have been known to, on very rare occasions, break into doo-wah ditty.
That's
because
incredible.
Of this
okay.
Yeah.
This is kind of a minor toy, but that actually became a real drill cadence in the U.S. military after this film, directly because of this film, which I think is very cool.
Nice. Then the next bit, this is my favorite part of the movie. This is the part that I quote the most often. So this is the platoon, the company, whatever.
Yeah.
They are sitting around the barracks, getting to know each other under the direction of Sergeant Halka. And one guy talks a little bit about himself.
The name's Francis Sawyer. But everybody calls me Psycho. Any of you guys call me Francis, and I'll kill you. You just made the list, buddy. And I don't like nobody touching my stuff. So just keep your meat hooks off. If I catch any of you guys in my stuff, I'll kill you. Also, I don't like nobody touching me. Now, any of you homos touch me, and I'll kill you.
Lighten up, Francis.
There it is.
So great.
Lighten up,
timing.
Francis.
The timing on Lighten Up Francis.
I use
impeccable.
that all the fucking time.
You just say Lighten Up Francis to people.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I do.
I remembered that that whole bit.
Yeah.
When watching it again, I'm like, oh yeah, that's
good stuff.
Yeah.
Later in the same scene, we get Bill Murray kind of doing his thing.
Yeah, totally riffing on this guy.
Lee Harvey, you are a madman. When you stole that cow and your friend tried to make it with the cow, I want to party with you, cowboy. The two of us together, forget it.
And then I have a reference here to the That's the Fact Jack, which we played earlier.
Yeah.
I don't have that one isolated, but it's in the, the razzle dazzle scene.
There you go.
Yeah, but that's another one that I've heard frequently over the years,
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's got some good quotes. I wouldn't put it at the level of Caddyshack or the level of Airplane, right?
No.
I brought this down, and I'm wavering on what to give it, but I'm hovering in the 5/6 range because there's some good ones. There's some meaty quotes here, but there's not a staggering list of them. But I don't know.
That's true.
Your mileage may vary. Where are you thinking about putting this?
Well, here's the deal: is that because again, I literally do quote this movie frequently.
Yeah,
I gave this a 7.
Fair enough. Okay. I think I'm going to settle in on a 6 then.
All right.
Just out of respect for your constant usage of it. And now, all the right moves, Joe.
All right. Let me set up this first quote.
.0.
There you go. I got you set up.
Yeah.
I dare you to fucking name a quote from this.
What?
Right. Yeah, right. That's it.
That's the quote.
From him.
That's the quote.
What? You're off the team, Steph.
What?
Yeah, I got nothing. It's a terribly unquotable film.
Yeah, I'm with you. I gave it a 0.
Nice. All right, buddy. Let's bring it home with cultural relevance.
All right.
Cultural relevance of Stripes. What do you got?
This was this is already like we discussed. This was a big step in making Bill Murray an icon.
Yep.
This proved that he could be a leading man. So that it really kind of gave us Bill Murray in his purest form.
Yep. I also note that this gives us John Candy's first significant film role.
That's
and
true.
Critics thought, hey, this guy deserves his own thing based on this performance.
Yeah.
So it has some significance in that. Ramis wrote some of the script, and he would go on to, Ghostbusters in '84.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to come up with whether this movie is responsible for the lovable military misfit comedy genre that kind of would come out in the next decade, with Police Academy kind of being a direct descendant of this, maybe, and with Steve Guttenberg trying to be Bill Murray, and
which he just was not.
Which he just wasn't. And then in the early '90s, we had films like Danny DeVito and Renaissance Man, and like David Wayans and Major Payne. In Pauly Shore, in the Army now, and Down Periscope with him.
Oh God!
So there's Private Benjamin also came along at this same 6-month period.
Mm-hmm.
So you could kind of look at the kind of fish out of water military film starting here, and so I don't know how much relevance to give it, Joe. I didn't feel like it's a ton.
Yeah.
I gave it a 4, slightly below average relevance.
I gave it a 5, pretty much exactly average relevance.
All right. And then finally, all the right moves. Relevance.
Well, this was another step in making Tom Cruise an icon.
I read this was the first film where he had his name above the title.
There you go.
And Leah Thompson, we've talked about her. breakout year for her with this and Red Dawn. And then, but, this movie's not talked about a lot.
No.
I couldn't really come up with more than it being, at least it's not a sex comedy. It's trying to be a more serious, more complicated antagonist.
That in that weird trailer that they showed, of with all the Tom Cruise. Did you have that experience where you went to a movie and they had this weird trailer for a new Tom Cruise movie, but it's all clips from Tom Cruise movies throughout the years?
Oh no, I don't know this.
Oh shit! So he's got a new movie. It's called Digger.
Oh, okay.
And so this was a blob. I thought I was losing my mind, but a lot of people on social media commented the same thing. It was before Supergirl, I think. I went to see Supergirl, and they played this trailer that's just Tom Cruise movies from the early 80s through now.
Yeah.
And then they show like a little tiny bit of the movie. It didn't make a lot of sense at all. It was fucking baffling.
Okay.
This was in there, so relevant.
Slightly relevant.
Yeah.
I gave this a low ranking for relevance, though, other than kind of helping continue the careers of these two young stars, and I gave it a 2. I didn't feel like it had a lot of relevance beyond that.
I gave it a 5. I gave it the same as Stripes.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, and then bonus alerts. I gave a +1 for training montage.
Oh, nice.
In Stripes, and a +2 for 2 montages in All the Right Moves.
Shit. All right. I missed I did not do the training montages, but I gave it a bonus for Elmer Bernstein and 1 for Ivan Reitman.
Ivan Reitman gets 1 from me as well.
And then the cinematographer on All the Right Moves was the great Jan de Bont.
Which is interesting because it was directed by a cinematographer, so he must have known his shit. Must have known who to call. I gave a +1 to Stripes for being an example of another Porky's-esque, creepy scene with the watching of the naked women.
Yeah.
And I gave Stripes a +1 for the Cold War trope of the third act, right?
All right.
So a lot of pluses here. Most of them for Stripes.
Okay.
Finally, do these films hold up for you? All the Right Moves for me, not great. Not great. Stripes for me, maybe slightly problematic here and there, but I still found it entertaining.
It was still solidly funny for me, Stripes. And All the Right Moves, maybe because I'm seeing it for the first time.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. I was full disclosure. I watched this movie while I was making freezer jam.
Nice.
So it didn't always have my total attention.
Full attention. Okay.
But it was very pleasant to have on in the background.
Yeah. If you had to talk about the booth rule, which one would be more different if we remade it now? I'll make a case. You tell me if you agree.
Yeah.
All the Right Moves. The thing you need to change, you need a new reason for the city to be a pit of despair.
Right.
But beyond that, the class mobility issue of being lower class and wanting a vehicle of athletics to take you to a higher class, that still exists, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
and,
I agree.
So it wouldn't be that hard to move it. And Cruise isn't good enough to say he's irreplaceable as Steph here, right?
Right.
Whereas Stripes, you need to fix too much of the dated material.
Yeah.
The military stuff might have a different vibe post 9/11 to do this kind of shit.
Absolutely.
And the Cold War part would have to change.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, you got to do it without Bill Murray. So I feel like Stripes would be the most different on remake here. That's my take on it, and I'm giving it another point for the booth rule. You think that's... I liken Bill Murray here to a load-bearing wall that you can't remove and still have the same house.
I agree.
So, okay, well, Joe, that's it. We've jawed enough. Let's get to the final words.
Wait a minute, you can't get away with this. Oh, no, I'm afraid I can. You see, only the president of the Greek Council can call a vote. That's completely unfair. This is bullshit. Meeting adjourned.
Our favorite this week, 6 seed Stripes, is even. When the favorite is even, Joe goes first. Joe, talk to me. What do you got?
Oh, this is a tough one.
It's tougher than I thought for this big of a seed difference.
Point wise, these are really close for me. Stripes comes in at a 25. For me, All the Right Moves comes in at 21. But I don't know. I mean, Stripes was a much bigger part of my 80s because I didn't see All the Right Moves. But All the Right Moves, the setting, the look of it feels so familiar to me.
Right, that makes it a difficult choice.
It really does. I guess in the end, I'm just going to go with the math. I'm going to say Stripes gets my vote.
Okay, it's a tight one.
It really is.
Because for me, and I find maybe I was looking for reasons to give +1 to Stripes. Maybe it earned them. I mean, certainly the Cold War thing, very 80s. And anyway, with the extras and the winning of the booth rule, Stripes, which had been lagging, caught up to and tied All the Right Moves.
Okay.
So I'm going completely on vibe, but it's one of those things like if you keep flipping a coin looking for a different answer, you must want a certain answer. I'm going to go Stripes also.
Okay.
Even though I think All the Right Moves looks a little more like our 80s.
Definitely.
There's vibes and other things that, and like you said, Stripes was a bigger part of I saw All the Right Moves and just kind of discarded it from my brain, So, there you go. I think this is a bigger piece of the decade for most of our listeners. We'll see how it comes out.
All right.
Stripes is the actual favorite, so it could do pretty well.
Maybe it shouldn't be a surprise, but it kind of did surprise me.
It kind of felt a little surprising because of the Tom Cruise, Leah Thompson, and it looks more 80s. But
that's true.
We'll see how it comes out in the votes. But that is all the time we have for this week. And next time on the 80s-ist, it's Season 4, Episode 24. In the Red Dawn region, we'll have our 3-seed War Games. I'm looking forward to watching that again. Against our 14-seed, the Blues Brothers. So that ought to be maybe a walkover, but at least a fun one.
Folks, at the end of each show, we've been playing a quote from an 80s movie. First one to run to the comments and identify the winner. The movie wins. Last week we played this clip.
I'm sorry, Mother, but it's ugly. I ask you, have you ever seen anything so ugly? I won't be engaged in this hat.
And that, of course, is the good and great Shelley Duvall playing Olive Oil in the movie Popeye.
God, I mean, that one got me, but it didn't get this listener.
Did not get Denny, who hopped on right away and nailed that one. So good job, Denny. And if you haven't seen Popeye, it's not a bad movie.
Give it a watch.
Give it a watch. And hey, if you want to vote for the movie quotes, or if you want to cast your vote for which movie is more 80s, or just kind of jaw with us for a while, go to our Substack. It's the 80sest.substack.com. We don't charge you for it because why would we be that kind of pricks?
We're not assholes, guys.
No. I mean, we're not assholes.
I mean, I play one on the podcast, but we're really not. We're really not actual assholes. Right. Anyway, I picked this week's quote, Joe. I played it for you before the show. Yeah. Did you know it?
I did not. I don't think I had seen this movie, or maybe I did, but it was a long.
Do you feel
long time
hopeful
ago.
that someone will get it?
I feel like this is doable. I really do.
Cool. Well, there you go, folks. That is going to be all for today's show. In Cleveland, this is Keith Marsteller, and until we meet again, be excellent to each other.
And in Seattle, Washington, this is Joe Walk. Thanks for listening. Tune in again next week because we'll be back.
See, we got the old rust bucket tonight.
You want to watch what you call my car? It's real sensitive.